naimbitahan at merong pagbabayad na naganap?
Tanungin natin kay Attorney Trixie Angeles. Attorney Trixie, tama po ba itong tinatahak ng policy ng presiding officer na madaliin, mag-stipulate na lamang? At sa tingin niyo po ba, wala bang nami-miss na informasyon na dapat malaman ng Senate impeachment judges?
Malinaw naman dun sa mga direktiba ng Senate presiding officer na yung request for stipulation ay nakakadihamak na nakakaikli ng ating mga proceedings at hindi nawawala dun sa focus yung nagiging pagpresenta ng ebidensya. So yes, malinaw na ginagamit ng Senate President dito lahat ng paraan para mapabilis ang paglilitis natin.
Isa rin sa nag-stipulate ang magkabilang panig, Mark, ay tungkol dito sa Bonifacio Ridge property na itong tinestimonya ni Noel Quintana, representative ng 4th Bonifacio Development Corporation. Ito yung huling pagdedeklara o late na pagdedeklara ng punong mahistrado sa kanyang salin nitong property na ito. Si Attorney JJ, tatanungin ko, alam ko nakailang diskusyon na tayo tungkol sa kung kailan nga ba dapat idinedeklara ang isang property. Na-establish na ba ito? Dahil natatandaan natin nung bago mag-break ay pinagsusumite ang magkabilang panig ng memoranda.
Okay, ito importante ito kung whether na declare ba niya ito sa oras, sa tamang panahon o hindi. Ang pinag-uusapan lang naman natin dito, nung panahon ba na ikaw ay naglabas ng pera upang bumili ng unit, idineklara mo ba ito bilang isang liability? Kung sinasabi mo namang fully paid ka na ideklara mo ba ito bilang asset? Ang pinag-uusapan dito, hindi kung asset siya o liability. Ang pinag-uusapan dito ay kung ito ba ay naideklara natin ng maayos. Kung sinasabi po ng depensa naman na kasi nga daw ay conditional pa yung kanilang transfer, hindi pa rin po iyon ang mismong tinatanong ng prosecution. Ang dapat nating tandaan, ito ba, nung panahon na ikaw ay naglabas ng pera, naideklara mo ba ito sa tamang oras? So, panoorin natin siguro sa mga susunod na paglilitis kung ano talaga yung magiging depensa nila regarding this matter, bakit 2010 lang nila inilabas ito sa SALN.
End of the day, Attorney Trixie, it's going to be the senators who will determine kung ano yung dapat na date kung kailan dapat i-declare ng Chief Justice or whether there was impropriety in the delayed declaration, correct?
Yes, pwede nating sabihin na saan ba nagkakaroon ng obligasyon yung nasasakdal, i-report yung so-called acquisition niya ng property. At kung maitatanggap ba ng mga mahistrado dito ang tinatawag nating colorable reason or colorable excuse for this. Kaya dito pumapasok yung relevance ng quantum of evidence. Kung yung explanation ba na hindi pa na-deliver ay sufficient para ma-explain yung obligation niya to report at a certain time.
Attorney Mark, isa rin sa pinagdiskusyonan kanina, isa sa mga public prosecutors, si Congressman Colmenares, at with the presiding officer, ay yung tungkol sa issue ng pag-iimbita ng Senado kay Secretary De Lima. Attorney JJ, bakit nga ba pwedeng imbitahin uli o ipasamon ng Senado si Secretary De Lima, gayut she belongs to a co-equal branch of the government?
Okay, itong pagtawag kay Secretary De Lima ay hindi naman sapilitan. Ito'y maaari nating tignan sa aspetong imbitasyon ito to shed light. At tandaan natin na kahit ipresenta ka bilang witness ng prosecution, maaari ka pa rin kuning witness ng kabilang panig. At walang nagbabawal dito.
Ang testimonya ni Secretary De Lima had something to do with Article 3, if I remember, yung ang ibig po bang sabihin ito, magpo-proceed na, by all indications, mukhang they're proceeding to Article 3 na, Attorney Trixie.
Ang depensa ay sumasalag na dun sa mga charges sa Article 3 at ang paghahanda dito ay ang pagpresenta dun sa Secretary nga ng Department of Justice. So,
Article 7 pala yun.
7, I apologize, yes. Pangatlo kasing article na natira. So yes, in this instance, ang obligation ngayon ng depensa ay magpresenta ng ebidensya or testimony ng secretary na ito na hindi na ipresenta ng prosecution at hindi na cover ng kanilang cross-examination. So yun yung basis kung bakit na pinayagan sila ng Senado na patawag si Secretary De Lima.
Pero ang rason, si Attorney JJ naman tatanungin ko, ang rason ng prosecution para sa kanilang motion to quash subpoena Corona ay dahil nagkaroon na daw ng tsansa ang depensa na questionin itong si Secretary De Lima dun sa cross-examination. Tama po ba ito o pwedeng ibang line of questioning naman kasi ang gusto ng depensa?
Tama ka, Kathy, no? Pwedeng ibang line of questioning ito. Dahil tandaan natin, kahit nagkaroon sila ng opportunity on cross, yung cross-examination ay base doon sa direct exam ng prosekusyon. Ngayon, maaari nilang kunin siyang witness dahil may gusto silang ipalabas sa testimonya ni Secretary De Lima na hindi nila nagawa noong panahon ng prosekusyon ng nag-present sa kanya.
Oo. Kathy, punta mo muna tayo sa press briefing room. Naroon muli ang prosecution team.
Pwede nang stipulate halos lahat ng ipipresenta nila. So sa tingin namin, kami nasisiyahan sa progreso po ng ating paglilitis dahil halos 2 oras at nakapag-examine na ho tayo ng 4 na testigo. So maganda ho yung patakbo ngayong araw at sana patuloy po ito. So ready ho kaming tumanggap ng inyong mga tanong.
Good afternoon, sir. Dennis from Bombo Radio. Question ko, sir. Totoo ba na tinanggal nyo na yung plano nyo sa rebuttal sa after nitong presentation of evidence ng defense?
Hindi totoo na tinanggal ang rebuttal. Pinag-aaralan pa rin namin. Depende nga sa ebidensya na inihaharap ng depensa yan, no? Sa ngayon, sa nakikita nga po namin, walang kadahilanan na kailangan magkaroon ng rebuttal. Sa nakikita nga po natin mga testigo, yung huli, sabi nga ni Senate President Enrile, what is the relevance, no? It had already been admitted. So, they are already nearing the end. They've reached the bottom of the barrel nga, sabi nga po namin sa kanilang mga testigo. At sa tingin po namin, yung storya na gusto nilang mapinta, malabo pa rin hanggang ngayon, no? So, kung wala nang iba kung talagang ayaw nila iharap si Chief Justice Corona, sabihin na nila para matapos na, we can all move on. Sabi nga, kakatapos lang nga ng PBA kahapon dribble hanggang ngayon, no? Panahon pa ng Mayo, prosesyon. Kaya haba-haba ng prosesyon, sa simbahan pa rin ang punta. At the end of the day, it's Chief Justice Corona. Now, if they don't like to present Chief Justice Corona, then they face the consequences of how they will explain the evidence that we've presented. They have not really shown any evidence to dispute the evidence that the prosecution had presented.
Sir Stephanie Yongkiko, Solar News. Sir, may final po ang defense na motion to inhibit for Senator Angara. Sir, yung reaction niyo po on that? Ano po yung masasabi po natin doon na pinag-i-inhibit nila si Senator Angara doon sa pagdating po ng decision-making time na?
Well, I believe that both Senator Angara and Congressman Angara have two different minds, and they've shown it, no? In the different positions they've taken in the past, no? And I think it is unfair to both, no? To both Representative Sani Angara and Senator Ed Angara to impute that since they are father and son, that they would be deciding one single way. We have to take note that si Rep Sani did not accept to become prosecutor in the case. So because of that complication, but there's nothing wrong with becoming a spokesperson. Spokespersons just explaining what transpires inside the impeachment tribunal session court, no? So it's just I think a desperate move by the defense, no, to try to impute certain malicious thoughts, no, in the people's minds that both Senator Angara and Rep Sani Angara don't have the independent mind needed to make certain decisions.
Siguro parang dagdag na lang doon is, ba't ngayon lang, no? Yung ang tagal na natin nandito, since January 16, we've been here as early as December 12, na-transmit na dito yung articles of impeachment. Bakit ngayon lang? Ang designation ni Congressman Angara as spokesperson nangyari nung Disyembre pa. So, bakit ngayon lang na patapos na? Katakataka yung timing nung motion to inhibit. Tila parang tingin namin second ambush, no? Inantay muna nila na tingnan nila yung bilang pagdating sa boto at iisa-isahin nila. Sinimulan po nila noon kay Senator Drilon. But this particular motion is certainly filed at a time which we feel like is very suspicious. They could have filed it early on. They should have filed it early on. Huwag nilang sabihin sa atin na ngayon lang nila napansin o ngayon lang may ebidensya because the bulk of the argument is really on blood relations. That relationship has been there from the beginning. If they suspected it, then they should have done so at the onset. And you cannot say also that Senator Angara has been performing in a manner that is biased. If I was looking at the transcript today, in fact, if there was any time that Senator Angara was asking questions, it was all pointed critical of the prosecution, kung titingnan po natin. So, we don't see any reason why it's only being done now, except for the fact that obviously they had been planning to do it. They were just looking to do it at a time when it's going to appear like really it's going to be an ambush. Panghuli siguro is, if we use that as a basis, the reasons for which they cited, there are other members of the Senate impeachment court that should likewise be asked to inhibit. You have the Senate pro tempore, Senator Jingo Estrada, whose brother, Congressman J.V. Ejercito, is likewise a complainant. You also have the Senate President himself. His son is a member of Congress and is likewise a complainant. So, if this will be the basis, then wala na pong matitira dyan, ano? This is a political process. We have to remember that. It's not like a judicial proceeding na, pinag-uusapan din namin nila, Sunny, even at the onset, is that this is not a judicial proceeding where they're trying to apply the rules on inhibition na pwede kang, pag ang isang judge nag-inhibit, maraming pwedeng ipalit dyan. There are rules of succession or replacement. You have a pairing judge, you have an executive judge na po pwede mong ipalit. If we are to entertain this particular motion today, who will be next? Iisa-isahin nila yan at wala nang matitira. Sa tingin nga po namin, if there's any